Hey y'all, I'm back with the Hip Kit Club process video, and this time I'm going to be scrapbooking a page about moms. And so I've chosen a picture of my daughter that has a filter on it, and the filter says life, and I felt like that was really appropriate for this week's theme. I've started with a white background and with a rub-on sheet, and I've taken that entire rub-on sheet and I'm just going to place it right onto this white background. I've been wanting to do this with my rub-on since I saw these in the kit, and I was so excited that it turned out like I had hoped. So I did some journaling beforehand, and what I did is I just stuck my 12 by 12 white cardstock right through my typewriter and went ahead and typed right onto the sheet. I'll go ahead and tell you guys while I'm rubbing these on what it says. I said, I believe it's extremely important to celebrate mothers of all types, natural mothers, birth mothers, adopted mothers, grandmothers as mothers, and all other individuals who stand in as mothers. The beauty of life is that some mothers conceive, carry, and birth babies, some nurture, raise, and care for them, and some do both. Not all women experience every step, and we prepare for what we think is best, but God's plans in place for each mother is greater and bigger than we can imagine. I also added a little quote from George Washington there at the bottom that talks about his mother and how much he owes to her and how he attributes his success and everything to her. So I felt like it was important to get my thoughts down on paper, and this probably doesn't capture all of my thoughts, but and I probably feel like it's important to talk about this just because, well, in part due to the work that I do. I work with teenagers, but in all different unique family situations and many families who have stepped in as mothers and things like that. But also, I think it's important to honor mothers who are trying to conceive, natural mothers, birth mothers, because they have chosen, a selfless act, and then grandmothers as mothers, and then so on. And I think sometimes what what I meant when I said we prepare for what we think is best is even me myself. Whenever I had gotten married, I thought we would have a baby pretty soon, and that was what I was, that was what I had in my mind. And it was probably about 2 years later to when we found out we were pregnant, and it was just the best um, time in my life and the best moment in my life when I found out. And then I realized pretty quickly, like, this was just in the plans. I needed to trust and things like that. So, um, you know, for every woman, it's different. For that was my personal journey, and that was something that I had to just trust in. But for other parents who are having a difficult time with teenagers or with their children, or parents who are wanting to conceive again, or people or married couples who are wanting to conceive for the first time, um, I wanted to get my thoughts down on paper because I felt like this kind of reached out to all different types of people. So, okay, with that being said, I'd never really talked about that kind of stuff, but I did feel like it was important because this week is about moms. So, okay, and dads are important too, but it's not about dads this week. It's about moms. So, if we do have a theme about dads, then I'll get to that. And I do know that dads step in as moms too. And I did mention that in my Facebook post about this. So anyway, I am looking at these acetate sheets. I went ahead and layered my photo, by the way, and I also added that Life Noted Pink Fresh Studio paper there at the top. I just felt like that top left-hand corner needed a little something. I have chosen this I guess, piece that says sweet there, and I placed it right on top of the journaling, and I love the way that looked. And I think I loved it because it was just so transparent and it was different. And then pretty quickly I knew that I wanted to have a vertical design here with the acetate words being above the photo, or being placed above the photo, and then also beneath it. And so what I do is I just adhere that with my vellum adhesive, and it's a Tombow adhesive. I think some people have asked me about that, and it's this light blue. And I've only been able, I don't find it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anything like that. I've only been able to find it on, like, I don't know if it was Amazon or maybe like this one little random shop. I don't want to say random shop, but it was some little scrapbooking shop, online shop, I think, and I can't even remember what it was. But you can see it a little bit since this is for vellum. When I use it on vellum, I can't see it at all. But whenever I use it on acetate, I do see a little bit of the adhesive beneath or underneath the acetate piece. So what I did with the ones that you could see it a little bit more, I just placed a enamel dot right on top of that. And you guys will see that here in a second. this little, let's see, that the hearts that I placed right next, or the heart that I placed right next to BU, and I'm going to add a couple more here in a second. That is actually from, I just cut some out for my cut file. Well, I had some like leftover actually. I had cut something out with the Better Together paper, and the little pieces inside were hearts, and so I was able to set those aside, and I've been using them on some of my layouts. I'm also using this washi tape from Amy Tangerine. I'm just sticking 2 little pieces in that gap between the picture and the word best. I also used a wood veneer banner that says "You Give Me Butterflies," and that's from the My Mind's Eye. I think it's the My Mind's Eye collection, and now it's like I cannot think of what it's called, but that little paperclip one is from the Simple Stories Life in Color collection. The last thing I'm going to do, I added some enamel dots, and you probably didn't see me do that because I was talking, but I just added them really quickly on the BU and Best, and then I'm just going to add some splatters with this No Yoking Shimmers colorings or whatever, and then I'm going to add some bigger splatters with a paintbrush just because I wanted kind of a bigger effect there. And that pretty much finishes this layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed and gained some sort of inspiration, and happy Mother's Day to all types of mothers, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week.